All right, welcome to Pre-AP Bio, Pre-AP Bio of day one, March 17th of our online learning classes. I am excited. This will be awkward for me, probably for you too, but I'm not great with computers, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best. Just so you know, every day there will be a video, hopefully a slightly less awkward every day past this one. And we are going to talk about what is new in our lesson, take some notes. I'll give you an intro, the whole kit and caboodle. But we're going to start off every class, just make it feel like we're back in school, with a riddle. Very, very exciting. And your riddle, when you think you know the answer, and I'm going to go in the honor system that you are not going to Google this because it would be very easy to do, you are going to answer at the bottom page of your Do Now. So the riddle for today is, which weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of concrete? That is your riddle for the day. Write it in your Do Now. And today we are going to be learning about DNA and chromosomes. You are going to need your notebook. So if you need to pause me now. Grab your notebook, open to your next available page, and title it DNA and Chromosomes. It's the same as your worksheet, so you can go back and do that later. And so today, we're going to be talking about that. So let's get started. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about how genetic information is organized in the cell and why this organization is necessary for that cell cycle we've been talking about for the past almost 2 weeks, thinking about interphase and cell division. Throughout our past lessons, so last week, we've talked about DNA replication through S phase, and we've drawn and talked about duplicated and unduplicated chromosomes. However, we've not specifically introduced how DNA is organized. And so that is our goal for the day, is to figure out how it's organized and what it looks like through every phase of the cell cycle. And so we're going to get started looking at that right now. I am now going to share my screen with you, give you some notes. What you see on my screen, you should be copying into your notebook. Pictures don't have to be as detailed, but make sure you get the general idea of what you're looking at. All right, so starting at the very top of the page, you are going to see a skin cell. Skin cell looks just like any typical cell. It has your mitochondria, it has your Golgi apparatus, your endoplasmic reticulum, and we are going to be specifically talking about this big circular piece, which is our nucleus. We know our nucleus contains all of our DNA, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. So if we zoom out, our DNA has this double helix. It basically looks like a twisted ladder. And so we're going to be looking at, okay, so this is what our DNA looks like most of the time in our cell. But when we go through the cell cycle and we're going through interphase and we're preparing for division, our DNA actually takes on a different form. And so when our DNA condenses and and coils, it's going to look like this kind of spring-like structure. This is called an unduplicated chromosome. In our typical cell that's not going through mitosis and hasn't replicated its DNA, we have 46, humans have 46 chromosomes, unduplicated chromosomes in each cell. This is unique to humans. Other animals have different number of chromosomes, but today we're going to be just focusing on humans. These unduplicated chromosomes will need to become duplicated because, as you know, during the cell cycle and mitosis, we need to make copies of it so our daughter cells and our parent cells look identical. And so during S phase, we see these duplicated chromosomes. And these duplicated chromosomes take on the X shape that we normally talk about or we think about when we think about chromosomes. So these are duplicated, meaning two different copies of the same unduplicated chromosome. This unduplicated chromosome goes through G2, and then it jumps into mitosis. So during mitosis, and specifically during metaphase, our chromosomes stay this X-like shape. And if you remember, and don't laugh at me, even if I can't tell, your chromosomes during mitosis are that X phase. And so think back to that handshake I taught you. Metaphase, is when they are forming their X's interphase, and metaphase is when they're lining up at the plates. So they're still in that X form during metaphase. During anaphase and telophase, those spindle fibers are pulling them apart. And so those X's now become these single chromosomes. And so they become these unduplicated chromosomes. However, there's not just 46 at this point. We now have taken the 46 duplicated chromosomes and we've pulled them apart. And so now we actually have 92 unduplicated chromosomes in our cell. And until our cell divides, we're going to have way too many chromosomes, which makes sense. Because after mitosis, when our cell divides into two different cells, they're each going to have a total of 46 chromosomes. So after our cell divides, we make two daughter cells, and these two daughter cells are identical in every way. And really importantly, they both have 46 chromosomes, just like the starting parent cell. And so this process continues. And so this is when we talk about DNA and chromosomes, and you'll look at in today's lesson, you'll see that we need to know the difference between an unduplicated chromosome and a duplicated chromosome. All right. That's pretty cool. For the rest of class today, you are going to make sure you have these lovely notes down in your notebook, and you are going to complete the worksheet that's called Unit 3D, L8, DNA and Chromosomes, found in Schoolology. Once you are done with that worksheet, make sure you press submit. It should be in the upper right-hand corner to make sure that I grade it. I'll be looking at two main parts. I'm going to be making sure that you have proposed a model, so you filled in that table, as well as those apply your understanding questions. Those are what I'm looking for completion. I am going to be then looking for the mastery, so accuracy, on your exit ticket. Your exit ticket is separate from the worksheet. It's 3 multiple choice questions. Make sure you take your time, look through your notes, and make sure you read the wording carefully. All right, that's the end of day 1 video. Good luck. You're going to do great. Be awesome scientist that you are. And I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you text or email me or leave comment in Schoolology, and I can get back to you as soon as you need. All right. Bye. End meeting. End.